Hello students and good morning. So now I am doing class for class 10. The topic is the same topic that we were doing in the last online class, that is real life problems related to different solid objects. So this is your continuation class for the same chapter. So same exercise, let us work out exercise 19, page number 267 from the book Ganit Prakash for class 10 by West Bengal Board of Secondary Education. So today we will do this short answer type of questions which carries 2 marks. So this is question number 18. SA means short answer type question. So this is question number 18. So question number 1 is, a solid right circular cylinder is made by melting a solid right circular cone. So in the question it is given that a right circular cone, by melting a right circular cone, a right circular cylinder is made. A solid right circular cylinder is made by melting a solid right circular cone. Okay. Now the radii of both are equal. That is, the radius of the cylinder is equal to the radius of the base of the cone. Radius of the cylinder is equal to the radius of the base of the cone. It is given in the question. If the height of the cone is 15 centimeter, then let us determine the height of the solid cylinder. So in the question it is given that the height of the cone is 15 centimeter. So you have to find out the height of the right circular cylinder. So is the question clear to all of you? So let's do this work now. So now in this case, the radii of both of them are equal. So let the radius of the base, let the radius of the base of the cone, let the radius of the base of the cone be, let the radius of the base of the cone be what? R. Okay, let the radius of the base of the cone be R. So what is its height given? What is the height of the cone? So height of the cone, is equal to, it is given as 15 centimeter. So by melting this solid right circular cone, a solid right circular cylinder is made. Okay, that means we should understand that volume of the right circular cone is equal to volume of the solid right circular cylinder. So let us find out the volume of the cone. So therefore volume of the cone, is equal to, what is the formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. So let us put the values. So 1/3 pi is kept as it is, r is r only, r square into what is h? H is the height, that is 15. So it is 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15, which is equal to 5 pi r square cubic centimeter, or you can write centimeter cube. So this is the volume of the cone. So in the question it is given that the radii of both cone and the cylinder are equal. That means what is the radius of the cylinder? That is also r. Radius of the cylinder, is also r. So radius of the cylinder is equal to r. Now we have to find out the height of the solid cylinder. Let the height of the cylinder, be what? It is h centimeter. Let the height of the cylinder be h centimeter. Okay. So here also let us find out the volume of the cylinder. So therefore volume of the cylinder, what is the formula? It is pi r square h. Let us keep it as it is. Pi r means r square, and that is h is h only, right? That is pi r square h. So this is same pi r square h, because here radius is r and the height is h. We have assumed this cubic centimeter, or you can write centimeter cube. Okay. So by melting a solid right circular cone, a solid right circular cylinder is made. That means the volume of the cone is equal to volume of the cylinder. So therefore we can write volume of the cylinder is equal to what? Volume of the cone is equal to volume of the cone. Or what is volume of the cylinder? It is pi r square h, which is equal to, what is the volume of the cone? Volume of the cone is equal to 5 pi r square. It is 5 pi r square. So from both the sides you can cancel the similar terms. Pi and r square will be cancelled. So what is h here? H is equal to 5 centimeter. So actually what was h? H is the height of the cylinder. Therefore height of the cylinder, height of the cylinder is equal to, what is the answer? It is 5 centimeter. So this is the answer. That is, what is the height of the cylinder? It is 5 centimeter. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is 80 number 2. So this question is very, very important. You can mark it. So this is also a short answer type question which carries 2 marks. The question is, number 2 is, the radii and volumes of a solid circular cone and the solid sphere are equal. So in the question it is given that the volume of the solid circular cone and the sphere are equal and their radii are also equal. That is, the radius of the sphere is equal to the radius of the base of the cone. So let us determine the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. So you have to find out the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. So is the question clear to all of you? तो यहाँ के दिएको छ भन्दाखेरि राइट सर्कुलर कोन र स्फियर को भोल्युम के भन्दैछ इक्वल भनेर भन्दैछ. त्यसपछि फेरि के दिएको छ, their radii are also equal. That is, the radius of the base of the cone is equal to radius of the sphere. So you have to find out the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. So you have to find out the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. So is the question understood now? So let us do the solution now here. So next, you have to find out the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. Let us assume the diameter of the sphere. Let D be the diameter. Let D be the diameter of the sphere. Okay. So what is its radius? So its radius is equal to, this is D upon 2. So let us find out its volume now. Therefore, volume of the sphere is equal to, what is the formula? It is 4/3 pi r cube, which is equal to, this is 4/3 pi. What is r whole cube? It is d by 2 whole cube, which is equal to 4/3 pi into, now this cube is for both numerator as well as denominator. So this is d cube divided by 2 cube is 8. So 4 ones are 4, this is 4 twos are 8. So which is equal to, this is pi d cube divided by 3 twos are 6. So this is the volume of the sphere. Okay. Now let us find out the volume of the solid sphere. Oh, we have already got it. Volume of the solid sphere is, we have already got it. That is pi d cube by 6. So let us find out the volume of the cone now. So what will be the volume of the cone? So in the question it is given that the radius of the base of the cone is equal to radius of the sphere. So what was the radius of the sphere? It is d by 2. That is, what is the radius of the base of the cone? That is also d by 2 by question, isn't it? So therefore radius of the base of the cone, so radius of the base of the cone is equal to, that is also d by 2, because in the question it is given that the radius of the base of the cone is equal to radius of the sphere. So that's why you can write radius of the base of the cone is equal to d by 2. Now let us assume the height of the cone. Let h be the height of the cone. Let h be the height of the cone. Okay, so let us find out the volume of the cone now. So therefore volume of the cone, volume of the cone is equal to, what is the formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, so which is equal to 1/3 pi is kept as it is. What is radius here? It is d by 2. It is d by 2 whole square into h, which is equal to, this is 1/3 pi into, this is d square upon 4 into h. So which is equal to pi d square h divided by 3/4 are 12. Okay, now this is the volume of the cone. So what is the volume of the cone? It is pi d square h upon 12. And what is the volume of the sphere? It is pi d cube divided by 6. So in the question it is given that the volume of the, that is the volume of the sphere, that is volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the cone. So it is given in the question. So we can write here, therefore volume of the sphere, so volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the cone. Volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the cone. Okay, so what is the volume of the sphere here? That is, it is pi d cube divided by 6 is equal to, what is the volume of the cone? It is pi d square h by 12. Pi d square h by 12. Okay, so from this relation we can easily get the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone. Okay, so here you can cancel 6 ones are 6, this is 6 twos are 12, here pi gets cancels and d square, and one of these d cube will be cancelled, that is you will have only d out there. So it is d upon 1 is equal to h upon 2. Now in this case you have to find out d upon h. So let us cross multiply it. 2d is equal to 1 into h is h, or this is d by h is equal to 1 upon 2. So let us write it in terms of ratio. So d is to h is equal to 1 is to 2. So what is the ratio of the diameter of the sphere and the height of the cone? It is 1 is to 2. So let us write down the answer. Therefore ratio of diameter of the sphere, and height of the cone, and height of the cone is equal to, this is 1 is to 2. So this is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. So this question is very, very important. You can mark it. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is 18 number 3. So let's do this question, that is 18 number 3. Let us determine the ratio of the volumes of a solid right circular cylinder, okay, comma, cone and a solid sphere of equal diameter and equal height. So all these figures, that is the figure given here are, one is solid right circular cylinder, the other one is solid right circular cone, and the other one is solid sphere. Okay, so you have to find out the ratio of the volumes of the solid circular cylinder, solid right circular cone and the sphere. So in the question it is given that all these figures have got equal diameter and equal height. Equal diameter and equal height. So first one is a cylinder, right? So cylinder is this one. So this is the cylinder, right? And the next one is the cone. So next one is the cone. This is the cone. And the third one, what is the third one? Third one is a sphere, right? So let us draw the sphere here. Let us draw the sphere. So this is the sphere. So all these three figures have got the same diameter. So this is D, this is also D, this is also D. They have got the same equal diameter and they have got the equal height. Equal height means, so this is the height, this is the height of the cone and this is the height of the sphere. So in this case, this is radius R, this is also radius R, this is also radius R, this is also radius R. Suppose R is the radius of the base of the cylinder, R is the radius of the base of the cone and R is the radius of the sphere, because all these three figures have got the same diameter. If they have got the same diameter, their radii are also equal. Okay, so this is also R, this is also R. So what is the height of the sphere? This height of the sphere is 2R. Okay, that means the height of the cone is also 2R because their heights are equal. So height of this cylinder is also 2R. Is that clear now? So what is the height of the sphere? That is your 2R, isn't it? These are the radii of the sphere. This is R plus R is equal to 2R. So what is the height of the sphere? It is 2R. So height of the cone must be 2R and the height of the cylinder must also be 2R. Okay. So now you have to find out the ratio of the volume of the solid circular cylinder, solid right circular cone and the solid sphere. So all these three figures have got the same diameter and the same height. Okay. So from the figure it is understood that the height of the sphere is R plus R is equal to 2R. So what will be the height of the cone? That is also 2R. What is the height of the cylinder? That is also 2R. So from the figure it is known. Okay. So now let's do the solution. So let's do the solution now. The right circular cylinder, the right circular cylinder, comma, cone and sphere have same diameter, okay. The right circular cylinder, cone and sphere have same diameter. That means that is their radii are also equal. Their radii are also equal. So let their radii be R. Let their radii be R. Okay. यो सबैको radius हामीले के सपोज गर्यौं R. So now also it is given that height of the sphere is equal to height of the cylinder is equal to height of the cone It is given in the question. That is, height of the sphere is equal to height of the cylinder is equal to height of the cone. So what is the height of the sphere there? It is from the figure it is known that it is 2R. That means height of the cylinder is also 2R, height of the cone is also 2R. So let us write here 2R. Okay. So now, since you have to find out the volume of the solid right circular cylinder, You have to find out the ratio of the volumes of the solid right circular cylinder, cone and a solid sphere. So let us find out the volume of the right circular cylinder first. So volume of the right circular cylinder, volume of the right circular cylinder is equal to, what is the formula? It is pi r square h, which is equal to pi r is r only. What is height here? This is also 2r. So which is equal to, this is 2 pi r cube. So what is the volume of the right circular cylinder? It is 2 pi r cube. Okay. So let us find out the volume of the right circular cone. Volume of the right circular cone. Volume of the right circular cone is equal to 1/3. What is the volume of the right circular cone? It is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. So is equal to 1/3 pi, here r is r square, into what is h? What is the height? That is also 2r. So which is equal to, this is 2/3 pi r cube. This is your 2/3 pi r cube. So I think you have understood it. Okay, so this is the volume of the right circular cone. So let us find out the volume of the sphere now. Therefore, volume of the sphere. So what is the volume of the sphere? What is the formula? It is 4/3 pi r cube. What is the volume of the sphere? It is 4/3 pi r cube. So now let us find out the ratio of the volumes of the cylinder is to cone is to sphere. So let us write here ratio of volumes. Ratio of volumes is equal to cylinder first. Cylinder is to cone is to what? Sphere. Is to sphere. Which is equal to, what is the volume of the cylinder here? Volume of the right circular cylinder is equal to 2 pi r cube. So this is 2 pi r cube is to, what is the volume of the cone? Volume of the cone is 2/3 pi r cube. 2/3 pi r cube is to, next, what is the volume of the sphere? It is 4/3 pi r cube. It is 4/3 pi r cube. Okay. Now we can cancel here similar terms. Pi r cube gets cancels. Similar terms can be cancelled, which is equal to 2 is to 2/3 is to 4/3. Okay. So you have to convert this fraction into whole number. So below 2 there is 1. So let us take the LCM of this denominator, 1, 3 and 3. So how will you convert this fraction into whole number? You have to get the LCM of 1, 3 and 3. So what is the LCM of 1, 3 and 3? It is 3. So which is equal to 2/1 into 3 is to 2/3 into 3 is to 4/3 into 3. Is that clear? So here 3 gets cancels. Here also 3 gets cancels, which is equal to 6 is to, this is 2 ones are 2 is to, this is 4. So you can cancel here now. Again, you can cancel the similar terms here. 2 lays and say like 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, which is equal to 3 is to 1 is to 2. So this is the final answer. So what is the ratio of volumes of the cylinder is to cone is to sphere? It is 3 is to 1 is to 2. So this is the final answer. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do next question, that is 80 number 3. The question is, the shape of the lower portion of a solid is hemisphere and the shape of the upper portion of it is right circular cone. So there is a solid. Its upper portion, its lower portion is the hemisphere. Its lower portion is the hemisphere and the upper portion is a right circular cone. Okay. So if the surface areas of the two parts are equal, the surface areas of these two parts, that means both hemisphere and the cone are equal. Their surface areas are equal. So let us write by calculating the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone. You have to find out the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone. Okay. So let us draw the figure here. There is a solid whose lower portion is a hemisphere. The lower portion is a hemisphere. Okay. The lower portion is a hemisphere. Okay. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. Adi sphere ho yo. Yo adi sphere भयो हैन. So माथिपट्टि चाहिँ कस्तो शेपमा छ? माथिपट्टि चाहिँ कोन शेपमा छ. माथिपट्टि चाहिँ कस्तो शेपमा छ? It is of cone shape. So it is of cone shape. So in the question it is given that their surface areas are equal. Okay. So this is the base of the cone. This is the upper portion of the hemisphere also. Okay. So now this solid, in this solid, the upper portion is a right circular cone and the lower portion is the hemisphere. And both these shapes have got the surface areas same. Okay. So you have to find out the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone. So let us write here, let R be the radius of the base of the cone and h be its height. And h be its height. Okay. So for this cone you have to find out the surface areas, because in the question it is given that both the figures, that is both the cone and the hemisphere, have got the same surface areas. Surface areas भनेको वरिपरिको एरिया. ठीक छ? Let R be the radius of the base of the cone and h be the height, and let us assume the slant height also, because in this case you have to find out the surface area of the cone. So we have to assume the slant height of the cone, and L be the slant height, and L be the slant height of the cone, and L be the slant height of the cone. Is that clear? So what is the surface area of the cone? So surface area of the cone, is equal to what? It is pi RL. So what is the surface area of the cone? It is pi RL. Okay. So surface area of the cone is equal to pi RL. So now again, what is the radius of the hemisphere? So this is the base of the cone and this is also the upper portion of the hemisphere. That is also, what is the radius of the hemisphere? That is also R. So radius of the hemisphere. So from the figure it is understood that radius of the hemisphere is also R. So what is the surface area of the hemisphere? So surface area of the hemisphere. So surface area of the hemisphere is equal to, what is the surface area of the hemisphere? It is half of the sphere. So surface area of the hemisphere, it is half of the sphere, isn't it? So actually what is the surface area of the sphere? It is 4 pi r square. Surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. What is the surface area of the hemisphere? It is 2 pi r square. It is 2 pi r square. Okay. So now in this case, this h is the height of the cone and this L is the slant height of the cone. Okay, is that clear? So now by question it is given that both of this cone and the hemisphere have the same surface areas. That means their surface areas are equal. So therefore we can equate these two. What is the surface area of the cone? It is pi r L. What is the surface area of the hemisphere? It is 2 pi r square. So we can equate pi r L with 2 pi r square, because in the question it is given that both the figures have got the same surface areas. Okay, so here you can cancel this, pi gets cancels and r and square will be cancelled, or now this is L is equal to r. But in this case you have to find out the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone. You have to find out the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone, that is r is to h. So this is L. So from the figure it is understood that this is a right angle triangle. This AOB is a right angle triangle, isn't it? So AOB is a right angle triangle, and you know that this hypotenuse whole square is equal to perpendicular whole square plus base whole square. That is, you can write L square is equal to h square plus r square, or what is the value for L in this case? It is root over, this is h square plus r square. So here you can write, instead of L, what can you write? Instead of L, what can you write? This is your 2r, not only r, this is L is equal to 2r, right? So L is equal to, this is 2r. So root over, what is L here? This is h square plus r square is equal to 2r. So you have to remove square root. So how can you remove square root here? Squaring both the sides. So let us write here, squaring both the sides. So squaring both the sides. So what do we get squaring both the sides? That is root over L square plus r square whole square, not L square, this is h square, sorry. This is h square, okay? So root over h square plus r square whole square, it is squared because you have to remove square root, which is equal to 2r whole square, which is equal to 2r whole square, okay? So here root over whole square root will be removed. So we can write here h square plus r square is equal to, this is 4r square, okay? So we have to find out the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone, that is r is to h. So or r square, 4r square, take it to the left hand side. So it is minus 4r square is equal to h square, take it to the right hand side. It will be minus h square. Or this will be minus 3r square is equal to minus h square. So here this minus gets cancels, okay? So let us take h square to the left hand side. So this is r square by h square is equal to 1 upon 3. Is that clear? Or you can write it within whole square, r by h whole square is equal to 1 upon 3. Or what is r by h is equal to? It is root over 1 upon 3. Is that clear? So next, in the next step, what will you do? So which is, or this is r by h is equal to 1 upon root 3, right? So there, that is, what is r is to h? Is equal to 1 is to root 3. This is the answer. So what is the answer now? What is the ratio of the radius and the height of the cone? It is 1 is to 3. So therefore ratio of radius, that is ratio of radius and height of the cone, and height of the cone is equal to, what is it? 1 is to 3. It is 1 is to 3. So this is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So this question is very, very important. So you can mark it. You can copy it now. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is 18 number 5. So this is also from the short answer type question. So the question number 5 is that the base radius of a solid right circular cone is equal to the length of the radius of a solid sphere. So in the question it is given that the radius of the base of the cone is equal to the radius of the sphere. Okay. Now if the volume of the sphere is twice of that of the cone, let us write by calculating the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone. So in the question it is given that if the volume of the sphere is twice that of the cone, so you have to find out the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone. So is that understood? So here question ma पहिला के दिएको छ भन्दा फेरि in the question it is given that the base radius of a solid rhombus cone is equal to the length of the radius of the solid sphere. That is, यो जुन चाहिँ कोन को बेस रेडियस छ अनि स्फियर को जुन चाहिँ रेडियस छ त्यो चाहिँ के भने दिएको छ, इक्वल भनेर दिएको छ. अनि फेरि यहाँ के भन्दै छ, वोल्युम अफ द स्फियर इज डबल than that of the cone. That is, volume of the sphere is twice that of the cone. So in this case you have to find out the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone. So is that understood? So let us do this question now. So this is the solution now. So let the radius of the base of the cone, base of the cone be r. Okay, let the radius of the base of the cone be r. Let us assume the height of the cone also. Therefore let height of the cone be h. So let us write here, let the height of the cone be h. Okay, so now let us find out the volume of the cone. So what is the volume of the cone now? So what is the volume of the cone formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. So this is the volume of the cone, which is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, so again, what will be the radius of the sphere? It is same as radius of the base of the cone. We have assumed radius of the base of the cone as r. So what is the radius of the sphere? That is also r. Therefore radius of the sphere, so radius of the sphere is also r. So let us find out the volume of the sphere. So volume of the sphere is equal to, what is the formula? It is 4/3 pi r cube. So what is the volume of the sphere? It is 4/3 pi r cube. Now in the question, condition is given that the volume of the sphere is twice of that of the cone. That is, volume of the sphere is equal to 2 into volume of the cone. So let us write here, by question volume of the sphere is equal to 2 into what? 2 into what? Volume of the cone, right? 2 into volume of the cone. 2 into volume of the cone. So this is given, this condition is given in the question. We can write down that volume of the sphere is equal to 2 into volume of the cone. So, or now what is the volume of the sphere? It is 4/3 pi r cube. It is 4/3 pi r cube is equal to twice into. It is twice into, what is the volume of the cone? What is the volume of the cone? It is 1/3 pi r square h. It is 1/3 pi r square h. Is that clear to all of you? So I think you have understood it. So from here you can get the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone. So from here you can get the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone. That is, we can find out h is to r from here. So here you can cancel these similar terms. 3 gets cancels. This pi also gets cancels. R square and cube will be cancelled. So what do we get? 4r is equal to, this is 2h. Is that clear? So let us find out h upon r. Or you can write This is 4 upon 2. 2 is taken to the left hand side. 2 is taken to the left hand side. It goes to the denominator. 4 by 2 is equal to, now r is taken to the right hand side. So it is h upon r. Okay. So अब left को right मा, right को left मा लेख्दा sign change गर्नु पर्दैन. So we can write h upon r is equal to 4 upon 2. तो लेफ्ट को सबै यो राइट को सबै लेफ्ट मा अनि लेफ्ट को सबै राइट मा लेख्दा पनि हामीले साइन चेन्ज गरिरहनु पर्दैन. किन साइन चेन्ज गरिहाल्यो भने के हुन्छ? माइनस माइनस becomes plus. Okay. So this is 2 1s are 2, this is 2 2s are 4, or h upon r is equal to 2 upon 1. So it is h is to r is equal to, this is your 2 is to 1. Is that clear? So what is the ratio of the height and the base radius of the cone? It is 2 is to 1. That is the answer. Okay. So let us write here ratio of the height and base radius of the cone, and base radius of the cone, and base radius of the cone is equal to, what is the answer? It is 2 is to 1. That is the answer is ratio of the height and base radius of the cone is equal to 2 is to 1. So this is the answer. This is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. This is question number 5. So this much is for today. So we have finished this chapter, real life problems related to different solid objects. Okay. त जति पनि हामीले यो च्याप्टर माथि प्रब्लम्सहरु गरेका छौं, यो सबै तिमीले घरमा रिभिजन गर्नु. मैले प्राय सबै नै गराइदिएको छु. त तिमीले घरमा राम्रोसँग रिभिजन गर्नु. यदि तिमीले बुझेन भने you can ask me, you can call me, you can comment me. Okay. त तिमीले मलाई इन्डिभिजुअली पनि सोध्नु सक्छौ. तिमीले त्यही WhatsApp ग्रुपमा नै तिमीले क्वेशनहरु मलाई सोध्न सक्ने छौ. ठीक छ? जहाँ बुझ्दैन मलाई सोध्नु. ठीक छ? So this chapter is finished. So you have to revise it at home. So in the next online class we will start trigonometry. Okay. So this much is for today.